Hey everyone, I'm Ancestral, that's Chicago, and you're on Ancestral's Way. So you're probably wondering, Anshul, what the heck is this? Like, what are we doing here? What's this video about? Is Anshul some wannabe influencer now or something? And is Anshul some kind of narcissist who just wants to talk about himself and his opinions all day? I'm just kidding. The foundational reason why I'm making this channel is because I want a digital footprint of myself that's more than just limited to Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter or just social media, right? I want something that's like a video, kind of like a 3D, three-dimensional version of a digital footprint. I guess one way I can kind of describe why is, I'll just give like a quick story, right? So my great-great-grandpa in India, in Kerala, he was a farmer, as was everyone else in the village. So my great-great-grandpa, he was kind of like the head farmer at the time. You know, everybody would grow their crops. They'd, the goat's milk and things like that. They'd bring it to my great-great-grandpa, and he'd distribute it to, whatever market existed at the time. That's kind of how they made their money. One day, there was one of the farmers was bringing their cows around and, for feeding and whatnot. And one of their cows just got mad, right? They became like a mad cow, and they just started running into people, breaking down crops, running into the other cows, causing a lot of havoc in the village. But basically, it came to my great-great-grandpa's attention that there was this mad cow in the village, and everyone's like afraid of it. Everyone's like afraid to stop it because, as soon as you get in front of it, the bull like runs into them. So my great-great-grandpa heard about this, and immediately, without even second guessing himself, he went right to the middle of the field where this cow was. And keep in mind, my great-great-grandpa, he was like this, he's 6'3", like super jacked man. And unfortunately, those specific genetics did not go to me. Some of the other genetics did, but I'll get there in another video. But he was in the field with this mad cow and just went for like a beeline, like hard, just went right for him. As soon as the cow was like 2 feet away from him, immediately grabbed it by the horns and threw it down and held it down, eventually to the point where the cow kind of like gave up and then became chill. He like chilled out after that. And immediately like everyone like who was like watching, the entire village was like watching, and they all like cheered and clapped and things like that. And it was kind of like that scene in Alibai. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Alibai, where Mohanlal he like kills a bad guy in the warehouse, opens like the door, and like the entire like village is like cheering him, and like the Alibai theme song comes on, and it's such an iconic scene. But I kind of pictured that scene when my parents told me the story. But the point I brought that up is because imagine if my great-great-grandpa did something like this, where he talked about that experience, where he said, there was like this mad cow, and I went to the field, and I was scared to do it, but I had to do it. I had a belief in myself. I knew that I was going to take it down. I think it's really cool to understand like the mindset of our ancestors that came before us, and we don't really have anything like that. And especially for our future generations, especially people my age, all we have is like our Instagrams or Snapchat or things like that, just to kind of like show them like how we were, right? But how cool would it have been if we had like a video vlog of our ancestors and things like that, just to see what their mindset was about whatever was going on in their day-to-day life, and whatever was going on society-wise, and what their mindset was. And I think that's like really cool, because personally for me, I'm a very extremely introspective guy, right? I also have this trait of myself where I have like this kind of like delusional mindset where nothing is impossible for me. Any goal that I have, it's not impossible for me. I always ask myself like, why can't I? That's like kind of my main motto and catchphrase. I always wonder like, where's that from? Did my ancestors have this kind of like mindset? Were my ancestors like this too? Like, I just think it's so cool to like see if it's part of the family. So that's like kind of like the main reason why I'm making these kind of videos. I'll try to upload every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk too little. I think 5 minutes and 16 seconds is a perfect mix of both. Yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it, and thank you so much. If you liked any part of this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, give it a like. And if you didn't like any of this video, I highly recommend you comment as to why, and then I'll respond. That's it. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next one.